welcome to another episode of I Want That Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Firearms training system from Mantis X. Now this is available online through their website for $149.99. They advertised it as being a revolutionary patent-pending firearm attachment that helps firearms enthusiasts and professionals train more efficiently. For some of the specifications on it, it connects up with any Android or Apple mobile device via Bluetooth. It can be used for live fire or dry fire training. It detects each shot you make, and based on the movement patterns of the firearm, it identifies areas of improvement and provides coaching. It keeps track of your shooting sessions and generates useful reports that will help identify your shooting trends, and it can be used on either a handgun or a rifle. Now for initial impressions, when I got it, I really didn't quite understand how it worked. I was very impressed with the packaging. It came in a very nice box, and it actually comes in a Pelican case, which is pretty impressive. It does come with a sticker. I went ahead and put that sticker on the case itself. But I was very impressed with the idea of dry fire training. For installation, it's super simple. Basically, you open the case up, move your the provided USB cable out of the way. It has two installation options. It can be installed with a standard Phillips screw, or it does come with a thumb screw. Basically, what you do is you slide it onto your firearm and slide the provided thumb screw through there, tighten it down, and that's it. It's installed. So that's really all there is to it. Then once you have it installed, there is a button right there on the bottom. You push that button, you'll notice that it flashes. It's in pairing mode at that point. Once you pair it up with a device, that will go solid and it'll identify that it's been connected. It will then need to calibrate, so it asks you to just set the firearm down on a non-moving surface, let it sit, it'll calibrate, and then it's good to go. That's really all there is to it. They do also provide adapters that will connect to the bottom of your magazine if you don't have a rail, for people that own a shield or something along those lines. Now for use, like I said, I wasn't exactly sure how it worked to begin with. I actually was under the impression to begin with that it was only functional for live fire training, which I was a little bit upset about. I was a little disappointed with, because I was really intrigued about the idea for live fire testing. Upon reading some instructions, I did find out how to change everything up. There's very extensive settings that you can change. You can set it for right-handed, left-handed, set it for a rifle, set it for a pistol. You can set it for this to be forward or backward, or where it is on the gun. You can also select the firearm that you're using. And so what we'll do here is we'll go ahead and pull the hammer back there. We'll take our first shot. And you can see that it gives you a score, a readout right away. It says that one was a pretty good shot. We'll give one here where we pull, and you can see that was an 83, and it tells you there that you're healing or anticipating recoil. The breaking wrist up. Tightening grip. So you can see that it will gather a variation of your shot scores, tell you how well you did, and so on and so forth. It'll give you a readout on the display like this, and you can swipe to the side. You can see shot by shot exactly where you hit. The way that it functions here, the green that you see is your hold while you're aiming. The yellow that you see is the trigger pull, and the X itself is where you actually hit on the target. Then after that, you've got a red trail that will show where you moved after you fired the weapon. The way that this works is it's constantly gathering data, and once you pull the trigger, it goes back and it gathers the immediate tenths of seconds prior to the trigger pull for the hold, and then for the pull itself, and then after. So it gathers and generates all that information based on how you use the product. One thing that I have noticed is sometimes it doesn't like to gather data. I've had this out several times, I've used it many times at this point, and I'll notice that sometimes I'll go out and I'll use it and I'll take several shots and they just don't register. There's been times where I've gone out and I've done a 15-round set and it just didn't record any of them. So I don't know exactly what's going on with it in that point, but for the most part it works very well. I do notice that it holds a good charge. I've been able to field this many times without recharging it, so it holds a charge very nicely there. When it does recharge, I would say it takes probably about an hour, and then it's good to go. I find that it works very well on the dry fire, and it has seemed to help my shooting. As far as likes go on it, I really like the dry fire practice option. They say that practice makes perfect, and this allows you to really work on those muscle memory mechanics. I really like that it's simple to use. There's not a lot to it. You put it on, you tighten it down, you connect it to your phone, and you go from there. I really like how much data it provides. It really does a good job of gathering what you're doing and giving you a comprehensive overview of what you're doing and how to correct it. And I like the fact that it's very customizable. I like the fact it can be used on a pistol, on a rifle. You can, if you don't have a rail, you can use it on the bottom of the magazine. So I really like just how customizable it is. Dislikes, I don't like the fact that sometimes it doesn't collect data. That's probably the biggest complaint that I have about it, is the fact that sometimes it just checks out and it doesn't record. Besides that, I'd like to see this thing closer to the $100 range. It is a little bit expensive for what it is. I think, you know, if they were to offer an option that didn't include the Pelican case or something like that, a slimmed down version, that might get a few more buyers, but ultimately I do understand the reason that it costs what it does, because it is a training tool. So overall, I am going to go ahead and give this 4.5 out of 5 stars. I do think it's a good product. I do think that it gives viable information, and it does make better shooters. So go ahead and take a look. I will leave a link to their website and Facebook page in the description below. Go ahead and take a look and see if that's something that appeals to you. As always, thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate you guys stopping in to watch my videos. Please like, subscribe, and share, and just keep checking back on a weekly basis for more reviews of awesome products just like this one that'll make you say, I want that.